All right, y'all. All right. So I'm going to get into a couple of things in these next few days, these next few videos. So stay tuned. This is about the week after New Year's, just keeping a mental note, even just a spoken or video note. I'm really trying to keep track of what I've been doing as of lately. I'm watching the sunrise. There's a lot of things that develop with sun gazing specifically. If there is a slight shadow, don't mind it too hard, but ultimately I love doing this in the AM. I just ran 8 miles and I have blisters on my feet. I'm very grateful for it. I'm not disappointed at all. I would say it happened around mile 5.5, somewhere in there. I just decided to push 2.5 more, and I just didn't really care. I have a pretty good mindset where it's a I don't really care mindset. We'll just say it that way. I don't really care mindset. I think it's a positive thing too. I think there's a lot of strength that comes with not caring. I'm not saying at all, I did a video on TikTok. It says, it's not about, I don't care energy. It's about that you only have a certain amount of cares. You only have a certain amount of cares to give. All right. You only have a certain amount of cares to give. We'll just, like I said, we'll say it that way. But ultimately I ran 8 miles. I ran over 12,000 steps. I'm around 12,600, 12,700, somewhere in there. 12,700 steps, somewhere in there. I'll probably take a walk later with my soon-to-be wife, my fiance currently, and we'll probably walk another 2 miles, maybe 2.5, 3 miles, depending on how far we want to go. And I'll also hit a PM workout. So I just want you guys to know that that's what I've been doing as of lately, is strengthening my resolve, building up my wind, strengthening myself, as well as I'm going to get into something where right now specifically I'm going to get into I'm going into a fast here. So today I'll just give you guys the exact date. So I post my stuff a little bit differently, so you guys might not see this on the same day. You might see this a few days later, but that's fine. But ultimately it's January 8th. Okay, it's January 8th. It's 7:30 a.m. and we're doing a video, sun gazing. Just ran 8 miles. In the AM, I placed a couple of trades. We hit, I think it was 210 pips, but I think at the end of it, we calculated it and it was 220 pips. Averagely, every single person in that community, in the community that we're in, hit either just under $1,000 or just over $1,000, and I'm sure some people made more. And I would always say, if you have a winning day, it's from 1 to 5K. So, that's just like a little update. I'm gonna be also going into a fast here soon. So a fast for me specifically is dry fasting, but there's a big but. I like big butts. So ultimately, okay, fasting. A lot of people say, oh, this is the specific way that you should do it. You should just do 3 days and just jump straight into it and whatever. I actually think that I like to do half days. So I think half days make it go a little bit quicker, meaning if you go to bed hungry the first night, you're going to feel a lot better the next morning because your body's already trained. Or if you, so the main thing is you want to start your day eating one last meal, and that one last meal will be a liquid. Okay, that one last meal will be like a smoothie or a juice and a bunch of water. And so right now I am powering up on coffee, and I am powering up on water, and I am powering up on protein shakes. So those are the things that I like to, send down the hatch. I like to put in my body, because to build up the amino acid in the amino acid pool, that's the first thing. To speed up my metabolism as much as I possibly can with the caffeine effect, the caffeine, creatine, and carnitine. I like all three of those. That is a stack that I love. Carnitine and caffeine is just like another level. I love it. It's literally such a fat burning level. So ultimately, this is what we've been doing as of lately. Is I just like to check in. It really keeps me grounded doing these videos, and I know that it helps a lot of people out here. You know, it's 2026. I feel like there's quite a bit of people who they have the strength to be able to do a lot better. They have the capability to do a lot better. Some people are taking action. Some people are waiting to take action. Some people are wanting to take action. Some people are making plan to take action. You know, so wherever you are in everything that you guys are doing, just know, like, strengthify yourself, strengthen yourself, strengthen up your resolve. Do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it, even if you don't want to do it. So, like, I didn't want to wake up at 4:44 in the morning this morning and go for a run, but this is a longer run day, so tomorrow I'm still gonna wake up and go for a run. I'm probably just gonna run 2 to 3 miles. That's probably what I'll do. I might run 4 miles, like half that, and then just do half days, you know, but half days for most people. And then, you know, once a week, hit an 8 to 10 mile, you know, 8 to 10 mile training session. And then 2, oh wait, look, I got a guy running behind me. Love it. See, that's exactly what I was just doing. See, that's great. This is exactly, dude. And he's wearing one of my old jackets. Oh, one of those old light, you know, extravagant. You can notice it from a mile away. I got it from Nike. It was such a great jacket, you know. But ultimately, y'all, I'm going on a fast. And what do I mean by this? So what I like to do is the AM, I'll like to maybe do 1 or 2 shakes and a bunch of water. I want to hit at least a gallon before noon. And then by that gallon, I will cut it at noon, because it's a really easy time to just do it mentally. And so then I'll know, all right, so at noon this day, I stopped. So then I might drink water. See, that's the thing that people don't get. I like to go for longer than the 3-day period, but I always will make sure that I hit a 3-day fast. Okay, so what do I mean by that? If I go 4 days or 4.5 days in a fast, and a day and a half of that I'm drinking liquids off and on, then by the time I've done that dry fast, I'm going to be really, really clean, and I'll be able to kind of prolong it a little bit more, which the prolonged effect of autophagy and apoptosis and the healing effect. A lot of people, you know, I just had a guy, you know, his family friend, and he was like, you don't even look like you've aged at all. Like, you look the same. You look so young. He didn't even use the word age. I don't even really like the word age anyways, but he's just like, wow, you like legit, like, you look the same. And I will attest that. I ultimately, what's responsible for that and whatnot, how I can account for that, is breathwork every single day. I was vegan for 5.5 years. I also, not only because I was vegan for 5.5 years, but I was in a calorie deficit. Calorie deficits prolong life. Okay, so fasting is a calorie deficit too, and it prolongs life. But you have to do it with education. You have to do it with knowledge. You have to do it with development. You have to do it with strength. You can't just go into it and be thinking about food. You have to be doing it. Okay, you have to be doing it to strengthen your mind, to feed your mind. So you're going to be feeding yourself other ways. You're going to be feeding yourself through breath. You're going to be feeding yourself through good moods. You're going to be feeding yourself through good material that you're consuming. You are going to be doing it through good action. Like, you'll still be working out. Like, I see plenty of these beast mode, you know, gentlemen who will train. They'll still lift heavy. They'll still run. They'll still all this stuff while they're fasting. Dry fasting. So I want you guys to just, you know that I'm going to be going into this, and so you guys might hear me in the next few days also on some of these videos be in a complete dry fast. So peace and love.